With the next Stranger Things season far away, we're dying for something new to watch to kill time. The show was known for its science fiction, fantasy, and 80s aesthetic, and while there might not be any other show that can meet the standard set by this one, here are some pretty good shows you can watch in the meantime. First off, a show with a lot of time travel. The German series, Dark, is often compared to Stranger Things because it also features a small town with a time travel mystery. The people of the small German town are determined to find out what happened to a young boy who disappeared. Remember Will's disappearance in season 1? This show also has an interesting explanation for the boy's disappearance, and you'll love keeping up with the cast. The time travel drama follows 4 interrelated families in a small town and investigates the behaviors of numerous generations over several time periods. Dark has big narrative goals, posing hard themes about determinism and free choice with overt religious undertones, and it delivers on everything it promises. This one may need you to read subtitles, but it's well worth it. Of course, Dark's definitely much darker and more complex than Stranger Things. It's even received critical acclaim for its cool visuals and storytelling. Second, for those who want to see more of Eddie Munson, it broke our hearts when Eddie sacrificed himself in the latest season, but this character won hearts from his very first appearance in the show. We're dying to see more of Joseph Quinn, perhaps even more than Doja Cat is. Dickinson's another fun historical show featuring Quinn, and it's got all the characters of Charles Dickens' novels. Quinn plays Arthur Havisham in Dickinson, and boy, does he do a great job at it. Does Miss Havisham's younger brother have a swooning and reaching for the smelling salts? Maybe, but you'll definitely love seeing Eddie again over the 2 seasons of Dickinson. So where can we find another government conspiracy? Anyone who's a fan of science fiction loved the government conspiracy part of the lab in Stranger Things. The idea that the government hired a scientist to make a super weapon out of kids? Wild. Motherland, Fort Salem's no different. Instead of kids, we have witches rebelling against the government. The show takes place in a world where witches are enlisted into the army to be transformed into government weapons. As a result, the major characters Rael, Abigail, and Tally share something in common with Eleven from Stranger Things. While Eleven has comparable abilities to Rael, Motherland Fort Salem focuses on magic and Wiccan tradition rather than science. Motherland Fort Salem's protagonists, like the protagonists of Stranger Things, find themselves rebelling against those who abused their powers. Let's not forget Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This show might be old, but Buffy, the main character, has a lot in common with Eleven, despite the fact that their powers and backgrounds are totally different. Buffy and Eleven struggle to balance their lives as regular teen girls with a lot of responsibility, all thanks to their superpowers. Buffy's the Slayer, a girl from a long line of vampire hunters entrusted with slaying vampires, demons, and other things. Just like Eleven, Buffy can't live the life of a young teen girl because of all these duties. Sarah Michelle Gellar plays the titular Chosen One, who, like Eleven, wants to live a regular life but is forced to combat vampires, ghouls, demons, and other odd creatures with her pals due to their town's interdimensional gateway. And while it was current at that time, seeing it today brings back memories of the late 90s, early 2000s in the same way that Stranger Things brings back memories of the 80s. Next is the family in The Umbrella Academy. The Umbrella Academy is based on Gerard Way's comic book of the same name. The popular Netflix action and adventure series revolve around a family of quirky adoptive siblings with abilities. The plot of The Umbrella Academy, like that of Stranger Things, relies heavily on the characters using their talents to rescue the world. The main subject in The Umbrella Academy is family. The Hargreaves are very dysfunctional, with their large personalities, romantic connections, and superhuman talents generating numerous squabbles. Their love for one another, on the other hand, shines through time and again saving their family and the planet. Umbrella Academy's a superhero show that's also not a superhero show. It'll appeal to lovers of superheroes, but it has a completely different vibe. It's more of a family drama than a superhero epic. Like real people, members of the Umbrella Academy are dynamic, and their interpersonal connections are unique, shifting from interaction to interaction based on what's going on in their life. Underneath their evident dysfunction, the Academy has a genuine compassion for one another, which shows through even when they're teasing one another or flinging knives. Now we have Robin in Little Women. There's no doubt that Robin's one of the funniest characters in Stranger Things. Her friendship with Steve adds some much-needed comic relief to the show. Little Women was brought back to the big screen in 2019. However, the March sisters had already been on television in a PBS miniseries. Maya Hawke, who plays the smart Robin Buckley on Stranger Things, plays Jo March, the most creative sister with a love of writing who narrates her life with her sisters. Hawke's been a fan favorite spotlight since Stranger Things, and we hope to see more of her in Little Women. Next, superpowers and corruption in The Boys. Here's another popular show about superpowers. Although Stranger Things took on a much sweeter approach to kids with superpowers, The Boys is a whole lot different. Fans of Amazon Prime's superhero drama, The Boys, know that it's not for the faint of heart after 3 seasons as of 2022. The show is intense, set in a universe where superheroes are celebrities and misuse their abilities and influence. Powered by a contentious personality, Billy Butcher, a vigilante gang known as The Boys, seeks to bring down the people who misuse their position and are corrupted by their power. The Boys is a brutal, horrific, and violent series that's also wonderfully entertaining. Then we have DC's Stargirl. It's given that the show's got a lot in common with superhero narratives, and DC's Stargirl's another one to add to the list. The teen drama and superhero series follows Courtney Whitmore, a teenager who transforms into the heroine Stargirl after discovering and interacting with a cosmic staff. Whitmore selects other high school students she perceives as having promised to develop a new generation of heroes. Courtney, like Eleven, tries to reconcile utilizing and understanding her skills with being a normal teen girl with a lot of responsibilities on her shoulder. On the other hand, Courtney thoroughly immerses herself in her role and is far less hesitant than Eleven to be the chosen one. This is the perfect family-friendly show to watch on the big screen with the loveliest cast and super positive themes like a hopeful future. It's got the most top-notch special effects and a stellar cast. Plus, it comes with a dash of humor on the side, just like Stranger Things does. Up next, Outcasts and Misfits. This is a super common theme in shows featuring geeky characters who aren't the most popular at their high school. In the latest season, Lucas tried to reconcile his love for popularity with his D&D playing friends and learned many important lessons about prioritizing his friends. The ensemble of British science fiction comedy Misfits may not appear to have much in common with the characters in Stranger Things, but they all know what it's like to be an outsider. Misfits feature a group of teenage criminals who obtain superpowers after an electrical storm while doing community service. Misfits allow an odd collection of people to become friends and allies as they discover more about their talents and how to control them. Throughout Misfits, the cast shifts dramatically, allowing for the exploration of new characters and their abilities. The show's known for its crude sense of humor, original stories, and powerful acting that'll have you glued to the screen till the very end. Just like Stranger Things, it mixes teen drama with superheroes and other responsibilities. And finally, Adventure in Outer Banks. Here's another series filled with adventure and gold hunting. If there's one thing we love about Stranger Things, it's that the show's set in the 80s. So without the internet, the characters have no choice but to do some traditional research like going through old library newspaper archives or whatnot. This means that we got to see many fun things happening to the characters as they try to piece together what's happening around them. Outer Banks is no different. Stranger Things creators, the Duffer Brothers, have spoken numerous times about the movies that affected the show, one of which being the 1980s classic The Goonies. Outer Banks, a Netflix series, has a Goonies vibe to it, but it's a touch more mature and tremendously high stakes. Outer Banks features a group of teens from the working-class town of North Carolina's Outer Banks who discover a treasure map and discover a large sum of gold. Outer Banks follows the kids on their journey as they negotiate love, friendship, and their community's socio-economic divide. That's all for this one. Do you know of any other shows that are similar to Stranger Things? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos in the future. Thanks for watching and see you next time.